made a surprise entrance. I didn't even have the camera on. Let's see what you are. A little baby boy. Little baby boy. There he is. Get a little bit closer. Nice big healthy boy. Congratulations, Mom. Good morning, guys, and welcome back. So it's a little noisy in here this morning. Sorry about that. The cleaner is running. We're gonna run that out. The cows are outside in the free stall. It's a little bit chilly today. It's only supposed to be in the mid to high 20s, but the barn, it won't freeze at that temperature, and they really do need to get outside and get some exercise as long as they can before the really cold weather starts to hit. So as you guys saw, we did have a baby born last night, a little baby boy. So Mom and baby did stay inside today. We don't want her out there getting rough-housed around. She's got plenty of feed, water, and she's also right next to her calf, which she is enjoying. Some of you guys are probably wondering why he's tied. So Brent usually ties this baling twine. He ties a knot. I don't know how he does it, but he ties a knot that doesn't tighten. So it can't, if the calf pulls on it, it can't tighten against its neck. So the reason that we do that is because we figured out the hard way. You just cannot sometimes let them be with their mother. 99% of the time it's okay, but we had one that was in the calving area, and she had her calf and they were doing great. It was suckling off her and everything. And then we left them for the night, and she ended up laying on top of it and killing it. So there was no reason for it. She had plenty of space to lay. The calf was either laying there and she just laid on top of him. So we don't let them be completely together anymore just because of that, unless they're out in the pasture or something. That just really was a terrible thing to see. So that's why he's tied. You can reach him and lap him and they can be together and everything, but he actually can't get in with her so he can, you know, harm himself. So it's for his safety. That's why he's tied. Just so Mom doesn't forget he's there and lay on top of him. I did want to show you her bag. We milked her out this morning. We only took a little bit out, just enough to take pressure off of her bag and make her more comfortable. We don't milk them out entirely until the third milking. So last night we milked out just enough to feed him, and this morning we milked out enough to feed him this morning and tonight. And then tonight we will milk her out entirely for the first time. And the reason we do that is just to avoid milk fever. If you take too much out of them, it can really deplete their calcium levels, and then they can get milk fever, which is very bad. It can actually be fatal if you don't treat it soon enough. So that's what she's looking like after she got milked a little bit this morning. She's got a nice square bag. I think she's gonna do really good. Looking really healthy this morning. Jumped right up when we came in. Enough farmer talk, let's feed the baby. He was a little bit tough to feed last night, so hopefully this morning he'll be a little bit better. Set you guys up where you can actually see what's going on here. There we go. Okay, little man. He looks just exactly like a milking shorthorn. I guess his face looks like a Hereford. He's a Hereford cross. He is cold, but he is very big. He stands up. He's a big boy. This is the noise I was talking about. He's so warm, he was laying in that bag. know you guys probably can't tell through the bottle, but she doesn't have super colostrum-y milk. It's pretty pale.
That's Brutus.
His name's Brutus.
Brutus. Big boy.
He is.
Big boy.
Big head. Mom did such a good job cleaning you off. You look all fuzzy. There you go. So now that we got him fed, we just gotta shut this door over here, bed the barn, and then we'll see what we get up to today. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to show you guys. So we had a terrible rainstorm 2 days ago, I guess it was. I don't know how much rain we got, but it was a lot, and we lost all the snow. So now we went from winter wonderland to absolutely nothing again. So we're gonna have to start all over, except I think it's supposed to snow sometime again this week, and then we're supposed to have another warm up and rain. It's supposed to be in the 40s and 2 days of straight rain. Again, we didn't end up losing the power, which was good, because there was high winds and it was just a mess, flooding, but everything here was good. The only thing that happened was water does come from this building into here, and it did go all the way up to the middle walk, but it was just like from here, there was just a little puddle, and the cows actually like to drink it, so it wasn't a big deal. We didn't have to sweep it out or anything. They drank it in like 2 days, and now it's gone. So the cleaner is done, so we have to go shut that off. Something that we didn't get accomplished was we didn't get the rest of the barn cleaned out the other day like we had intended to. Brent had to run for parts, and it just ended up being a really busy day, so we haven't gotten that done yet. But we're hoping to in the next warm-up, hopefully. Our other bull that we're raising as a breeding bull is not happy because he thinks that the herd is his, and he gets very angry when they go outside. By the way, if you guys are new to these videos, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Taylor, and I work on a dairy farm with my boss Brent. It's just us. We milk 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're very busy, but we just love what we do, and we love taking you guys along with us. So if you enjoy this kind of videos, please don't forget to subscribe. It really does help us out a lot, helps us reach more people, and it is never a bad thing when people know where their food is coming from. This is a water pipe that we just have going straight into the gutter. We found that if we don't do that, it will plug up at around halfway. It'll plug that hopper in there, and it's almost impossible to get it undone. So we started running water directly into the gutter, and we haven't had a problem since, as long as somebody remembers to turn the water on, because I have done that before and ended up clogging it. It seems so nice to just run the cleaner and not worry about it. It's amazing. The other day, Brent actually took all the extra wires that were over here. You guys probably noticed before there was a bunch of wires and a box here that didn't really go to anything. They used to go to the light switch in there, but we ended up rewiring it, so it's that light switch over there now, because this whole box just wasn't working, and it was easier just to do it that way. And then he rewired the fan and everything, so it looks much better over here with that gone. It is so cold. I don't know if you guys can see my breath. It's freezing. Hello again, guys. So it's 3 days later. Sorry about the jumping around, but it's just been crazy. We have had so much rain in the last week, I guess it's been. We had that day obviously in the last video where we had lots of snow and it was raining, and then I showed you guys a couple days ago that there was no snow or barely any snow. Now there is like absolutely nothing. It spent all of last night raining. You can see the mud puddles outside. It's 50 degrees almost. I think it's 45 degrees already today. So very warm. It's December 17th. I just never remember it being this warm this time of year. It looks so strange not to see at least a little bit of snow out there. So the cows went outside last night and this morning. Obviously they're outside too. Everybody except for the cow that has calved, she's still inside. We're just making sure we keep a really close eye on her. The calf has already been picked up, so he is gone. Don't have to worry about feeding him anymore. We're just finishing running the wash, and then we've got so many things to do during this warm spell that we have to just pick and choose a few. So we're almost out of sawdust. We have to go for sawdust tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. They're not sure they're gonna have any, so we're gonna have to, if they don't call by tomorrow, we're gonna have to do some calling around to find some at some mill somewhere, which I'm sure we will. But we really do like this stuff, so hopefully he gives us a call and we can get some of that tomorrow. But before we do that, something pressing that needs to be done is we need to replace the tarp on the truck. So last night we took the old one off. So there's nothing on it right now. Brent already picked up a new one. I feel like it's 12 by 20, but I'm not like 100% positive on that. But he picked up a heavy duty one. That's hard to say for me. And we're gonna put that on today. So that shouldn't be too hard. All it is we have this, I don't know, it actually used to be, it's like a white thing. I'm not sure if there's any left up here. There used to be a whole bunch of them. I don't know if there's any left now, but it was a little, you can see the spot where it was hooked. So there's these little steel things, and there was like a white, I don't know if it's like fiberglass or if it's some sort of poly, just a thin trim board that held kind of like a tarp-ish thing that was in front of the cows so that the silage, you know, if you could just sweep the silage in easily, they weren't eating off of bare concrete. They had this little, you know, catch pan kind of to eat off of. That worked good in theory, I guess, but Brent said that eventually they got silage underneath it somehow and grain underneath it, and that just made earwigs go underneath it, and it rotted everything out, and they just ended up taking everything up, so we have a few of those left. So that's what we used on the truck. We just lay that on top of the tarp, screw it down onto the wood headboard, and that's it. You just unroll it, roll it back up, and hook it onto the top of the truck, and we'll be ready to go for tomorrow. I say it'll be that easy, but usually it's a struggle because you guys know how dealing with a tarp can be. You gotta get it just right, you gotta get it even, and the length just right. So we'll see if it's really as easy as I say it's gonna be. One of the other things that we picked to do today, like I said, there's just so many things that we could be doing. We could be finishing out cleaning the barn, I could be finishing washing the pipeline. All of that can wait for a little bit. Today, we are going to be putting the door in the manure pit. So we have a 3 cement doors, I think. We only put one in because this pit was actually designed, I feel like I just keep going through there and back. This pit was actually designed for all the heifers and the milk cows, all Holsteins that this farm had originally. That's what that pit was built for. Well, I say originally, but you know, 30 years ago, in the 90s. This farm has been around for like 200 years, so. Obviously they weren't milking 100 cows originally. I can't even imagine hand milking like 10 cows. Obviously we don't have 100 cows now. This ties up 72, and we have a few empty stalls, but we have a bunch of heifers that are coming in, so we have around 80 cows in total. So we're trying to increase our numbers a little bit. We want to eventually be able to bring in just a few cows. They used to bring in a whole other half of the barn, and they had a whole system out in the free stall. It was divided, and then one of the side doors the cows could come in, but they couldn't cross over, and all of that has been gone for a long time, so we'll have to try to readjust that if we eventually do get more cows like we're planning. I'm getting way off track here. I just talk and then I completely go off somewhere else, but the whole point was the pit is big enough so that we only have to put one door in instead of the 3. So we'll put one in, and as long as it's a mild year, which it seems to be so far, and I think we've gotten far enough along in the winter anyway, it won't freeze so badly. That's the only thing you have to worry about is the manure coming out of the middle pipe. Sometimes it'll freeze, and then it'll all start piling up in one spot instead of leveling off like you should, and you have to worry about it creeping over the wall sometimes. That's only happened once since I worked here, and every other year it's been fine, so it never gets close to the door anyway. It'll just start creeping up the wall. It actually made it all the way up the wall and onto the lawn the year that I remember it happening, and Brent had to drive out with the Kubota and just keep pushing it back into the pit. and it was a mess, but it hasn't happened since. It's very rare. Brent says there's only one other time that he remembers that happening, so it usually levels off really well, and it'll be probably a good 4 or 5 inches away from the top of that door by springtime. We'll usually open it up, and it depends on how the year is, but we've opened it up as early as late March and as late as middle of May. So hopefully this year it's around early May, late April. Putting that in is usually a fun job. It's just, I don't know, it's probably like 4 or 5 inch thick, maybe it's not even that thick, cement door, and it slides into these grooves on either side of the opening of the pit. So you have to lift it up with the Kubota, and we've used the forks before, which works okay, but obviously it's hard because if you hit anything at all, it'll just tip over and then you won't be able to get in at all. So we used the chains a couple years ago, and one chain, we tried to make it even, just put it in the middle and use one chain to do it. That was a nightmare. We had such a hard time doing that. We used 2 chains last year, one on either side, just a really short one, and hooked it onto the edge of the bucket, and that worked well. Still wasn't super easy. The best thing that we could probably do, and you guys said this once, was we could just put a couple of eyelet, like if this was the door, you could put an eyelet on one side and an eyelet on the other, and then hook a couple hooks into it and hook them onto the edge of the bucket, and you could just lift it like that. That way you always knew that they were right. You didn't have to adjust chains, you didn't have to hook chains all the time, and you could just hook onto it, pick it up, and put it in, and it would be super easy, but we just never have gotten around to that. It's been one of those things that hasn't been pressing, so we just keep putting it off, and now it's winter and we have to do it again without it. So it is what it is, but Brent just came out with some sandwiches, so we're gonna eat first, and then we're gonna head out and do the rest of our projects.
I don't know. I think it'll go in.
What's that?
We really need to have a couple of
Yeah.
just drill it, put a yoke on it, a couple hooks. Just go down, hook each corner and lift evenly. It might go in, you never know. The chain's all on it.
Doesn't that look weird to see that long? So pretty.
I know. December 17th or something?
Pasture still got a little bit of snow. So the pasture still got a little bit of snow. Boy, that ditch is full of water. Yeah, so it's only got one chain around the middle. I guess we lost the other one.
Yeah, that's the chain on the back of the tractor. We'll try it.
Does anybody else have a hard time keeping track of chains? Because we do. Yeah, that's slippery. That looks steep. Whoa, that's slippery. Okay. All right.
Look right into that. Yeah.
Hang on. Wow, that's actually pretty even. Okay, so now he just needs to set it in these grooves right here. And that's the hard part. Especially when you only have one chain.
ain't going anywhere.
Wedged right in there.
That's all right. Unhook it.
Wow, that is slippery right there. Okay.
Get in there and kick it again, too. Just to see.
Good enough, I guess.
Yeah. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Wasn't bad.
Okay, so now we just need the drill, which is right here. It's got the wrong bit on it. I grabbed the one. It's right here. We've got a wood bit on it because last night the girls were very rowdy for some reason and they broke the gate out there. It has this big steel hinge that goes over the edge of the gate with two giant lag bolts in it, and they snapped both of the top ones off, and they also broke one of the latches. Thank goodness we always have two latches hooked on there. They just, look how much, this was brand new, like a week ago, I think, and they just snapped it off like it was nothing. So the other one held, thank goodness, and we replaced that whole thing down there this morning, but we had to drill new holes for it, so this has a different bit in it. Brent put it in there, so I don't know if I can get it out. Got it. Okay, so it's held on by like roofing screws, so we're gonna need this. Screws that I took out of it. I got so much crap in my pockets, it's not even funny. One, two, four. Look, just take a handful of stuff that's in my pocket. Like, I have 2 gloves, a towel to wash a cow, a lag bolt, another screw. We could use that. I don't know what's in that pocket. A syringe cover, another towel. Candy bar wrapper. Stuff that's probably in most farmers' pockets. Where are my screws? Now I'll put that in my other pocket and I won't be able to find them. Got your tarp?
Huh?
The tarp is 12 by 20, right?
Yeah. 12 by 20.
12 by 20. We officially used all the bales that were right here. Oh, there it is. Nice new heavy-duty one. And there's plenty of water in the truck, so. Let's see if I can get up this way. I get wet. I don't even think I can jump that high. Ugh. Oh, I did it. Oh, there's the bungee cord. That's cold water. Here, found one.
Huh? Oh.
There's one in the back of the truck.
Oh, it's missing the chute.
Oh, it broke?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, no.
Alright, so this is the thing that I was talking about. This just sits on top of here, and the tarp sits in between the two, and we just screw it on there. It's like conformed to the shape of the truck now. Why don't do that?
Take the whole fold right out and then we'll roll it up afterwards.
Obviously, this is where it goes. Flat side down, right?
Yeah. Should get the wind will come out.
Oh, doesn't it always?
Plus there's like 5 feet of water in here now. Put your thing on there. This has got to go. Whereabouts is this? How far from the?
My second grommet is like on that. It's past, just past that board.
Okay.
So there was a long one there.
Can you still see that? Yeah. Okay.
We gotta go that way.
Ah, my fingers.
Why would you do that?
Screw it in there.
I was. Then somebody said, "Ah, my fingers." Oh Lord.
Do that some more. Now that my fingers are okay.
Right there.
There, right there. One right there. Beautiful.
We got it.
You know what I mean.
Oh.
Forward.
This has got to be the most dangerous way to get down.
Huh?
Okay. We'll grab 3 of these ones and one regular one. Right, we get all hooked into each other. Alright, there we go. Oh, got my camera.
Cord me. Yep, good. All right, hold right there.
That was fairly easy.
Huh?
I said that was fairly easy. How's your fingers? Feels kind of like spring, doesn't it?
Mm.
There it is.
Huh?
Nice new tarp. How long would you say we go with a tarp?
A couple of years.
3 years? 2 years?
2 or 3 years, probably.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
What was that one, like 60 bucks? 50 bucks?
Yeah, $60.
Not bad. We used to have a mesh one. It used to freeze.
That didn't work.
It worked good in the summer.
Yeah, but if your
Not
sawdust was
on-
dusty,
in-
you lost a lot of.
Yeah. The canvas one is the one I'm thinking of. That one worked good in the summer, but
I had like a rubbery type canvas, not canvas, but a rubbery type tarp. It cost This was years ago. It cost $250.
Holy cow, it probably costs like $400 now.
Canvas ones are over 200.
This is a long way.
I know.
Let me think this through.
Careful.
Yeah.
It's really slippery.
Shop is longer than you think it is. Too bad it wasn't taller, so we could actually fit tractors in it.
There, all ready to go tomorrow.
Smooth. There.
Yeah, she's been worked hard for her whole life.
Yeah.
I forgot. What was it? The 4th of December? You've had this truck for 20 years?
Yeah.
20 years, the
Hauling
Yeah,
silage
20
and
years now.
sawdust.
We got it around December of 20.
2004.
Huh?
2004.
December 2004. So we've
I
had this
was
20 years.
5 years old.
No, been a good one. Gone through 2 bodies. Let's check the oil.
This one will last a long time. Aluminum. It'll definitely outlast the truck. We're gonna check the oil now. It's already unhooked. Just heavy. Okay, so I gotta go over there, right?
Ooh, try to get somewhere else. Okay, you out of there?
Yep. We are getting a head start on mud season.
So it is about noontime. I'm headed home to grab a quick lunch, and then I have to head back to the farm at 3 o'clock so we can clean out the freestall. Brent can no longer push it out just with the skid steer, so I need to help him with the Kubota. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll get the girls in, hopefully milk a little bit earlier tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The sun is finally coming out. It's very bright. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and a comment down below if you did enjoy it. As always, keep it real, keep farming, and I hope you guys will join us in the next video. Bye.